the exhibition is called Within Arm's Reach. I am really trying to deal with things that immediately affect me and try not to put too much emphasis on what the subject is. I have an anthropological approach when it comes to like the skateboarders and the snowboarders and perhaps my family, and with the family photographs, people look at them as autobiographical, but they're not. They're more about family, and they're not about, it's not important that that's my son. My dad was a pilot, and he came home with a side Pentax Spotmatic reflex camera, and I was also really interested in that as a gadget and in looking through it, and so I think that's how different ways I became interested in photography. And in Holland, people don't have curtains in front of their windows because I think that comes from it's a Protestant country and everybody's well behaved. You can see in their house because they have nothing to hide, except for in the basement, of course. You have no idea what goes on there. But those were always sort of framed scenes that you would see from the outside. And sometimes you would see something that was maybe not acceptable or erotic or strange, but it was always framed by a window. So that's probably also an early sort of interest in photography. I was around in New York, but I wasn't really trying to do anything progressive, or I wasn't really following one thing. Yeah, I photographed some hip-hop people, but I wasn't doing a hip-hop series. It was just whatever, sort of what easy to get to. But I just built this body of work, and then now it has sort of mythical proportions. I've shot Super 8 when I was a kid and did weird little movies with my friends. I wish I still had them, but I don't know where they would be. But and then I just started doing more video projects, and I think it's just a natural progression from doing photography. Well, a survey or a retrospective is interesting because it's almost like you make a closed circle, and it makes you feel like maybe you're done or something, your work is over. But for me, I'm just more curious about what's coming, what's coming up, and what I'm going to do in the future, and how the future will shape my art and other people's art. So that's why I say I'm nostalgic for the future.